What is Gucci YouTube? It's your boy Black Shot 3 Long Face, Skinny Pop P, and we are back. Of course, still black with some more fire. Boruto manga related content up from your video. Don't forget the dealio. You already know the dealio, actually. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button, share the video, friends, and let's get to the business. Just Sirski.
9 mountains and 8 seas make one world. 1,000 worlds make one chiliocosm. 1 chiliocosm to the power of 3, and there's nothing I can't cut.
Bro, every time I go like at least more than a week without doing a video, I somehow mess up the words of my intro, bro. It's crazy. It's like, it hasn't been that long, bro. Chill out, gang. You feel me? But with that being said, it's been like over a week since the last time I dropped the video. I know niggas been, long story short, chat, I ain't got no excuse. Niggas been busy. Y'all know, I throw parties in the summer, so got a party as of the recording for this video. I got a party going down tomorrow. So getting crazy. I've been really, you know what I'm saying, outside just handling business, trying to make sure things are getting done, make sure people have a good time, people enjoy themselves. So it's the vibe I've been on, and I'm like, damn, bro, niggas gotta get the Kashin Koji video out the way. Every day I wake up, every day I'm at the store, every day I'm at a restaurant. I was at a restaurant, I'm like, damn, niggas don't even know. They sitting around, I'm like, niggas gotta get the Kashin Koji video out the way. Fuck, just eating and shit. So I woke up today, I'm like, damn, I got a lot to do. For handle lots of things, I gotta run all the. Gotta get the Kashin Koji video out the way. You feel me? Now some like push it out, but like this some shit. It's just been on my mind. It's been on my chest. I want to talk about it. You feel me? Boruto chapter 23 was gas. I'm pretty sure everybody left the chapter happy, satisfied, aside from the die-hard like claim they're Boruto fans. And I'm talking about like Boruto the character himself, not just the story. Like, cause you already know Boruto, my second favorite character. Sometimes he used to be my first, but you know, Queen Sorrow that just took the mantle and just fucking launched that shit 100 miles like ahead. But right, Boruto's my second favorite character in the story. I ain't gonna be mad. And nigga he got mollywopped. He got whooped by Jura, whooped on him something serious, right? But the thing about it is, and it's like they've been giving us this info, especially since Kashin Koji came out to say, hey, I can see the future, this is how it works. And somewhere along the line, us as a community, and I will say like me, myself, I absolutely kind of diluted Kashin Koji's explanations about his presence, his quote-unquote 10 directions, and kind of took it as everything he sees as absolute. There's no way around it. So we're trying to figure out why are all these plot holes occurring, and how can Boruto figure this out, do that, or this, if we already understand there's absolutely no chance in hell, right, that Boruto can defeat Juro, quoting Kashin Koji. Well, actually, so Kashin Koji initially did say, you can't beat Juro, we shouldn't beat Juro. But one of the first inspirations he comes across, speaking of Boruto, once he saves him, whether it's the Hidden Stone or the Hidden Sand Village, and he reveals himself as Kashin Koji, and revealing that he can see the future, he lets him know that Kashin Koji lets Boruto know, Juro kills you in many futures, right? And then he goes on to say, it's not an absolute thing, but in a lot of the futures I've seen, he kills you, then it similarly happens. Followed by that, Kawaki goes on to die, and a divine tree is planted. So one of those words that we should have been paying attention to within the last year, right? Because this is way early when Kashin Koji first saw time skip Boruto. It's not an absolute thing, meaning that there has been futures. Kashin Koji saw not only did Juro die, but Sasuke was saved, right? Could it possibly be where maybe Boruto died along the way, Kawaki died along the way, a lot of more other figures died along the way. However, the most two important figure things is Juro died and Sasuke was saved, which is the ideal, you know, future that Kashin Koji is seeking out, right? So in this current thin path that Kashin Koji has been constantly reminding Boruto that they're walking on, he sees at the end road, it's like, damn, it's a slim chance Juro can be defeated, but in the context, in terms of every other thing, there's no chance. So don't do anything stupid. So, right, somewhere along those lines, niggas got lost, right? But I'm just gonna take the blame for myself. I'm not gonna project onto y'all because I don't know how y'all interpret the story. But somewhere along those lines, niggas' interpretation of Kashin Koji's ability got lost. What he's trying to do, ensure that everything stays on a path where he knows everything is absolute and right, as opposed to having something straight and then having to plan again, come up with new contingencies, but possibly see a worse outcome or a worse result than what he was already accustomed to, right? So Boruto established earlier on in the chapters, when he talked to Kawaki prior to leaving and escaping the Hidden Leaf Village like the big G he is, right? He told Kawaki, bro, you're not bossed up. You're really not like that, my guy. And not only that, you could have had my dad freed and make you like that. But you was like, nah, I'm gonna chill eating chocolate takoyakis and have Shorty simp over me for the next 3 years. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, Kawaki, get with the program. So Boruto talks some senses into him, and then he leads him to the #1 director that's gonna help change Kawaki's directive as a character. And what is that? A motto: limiters, power, karma, something that is definitely dwelling within Kawaki's mind, Kawaki's brain. Since the first time he lost his karma, he struggled with the idea of being powerless, not being strong enough, right? So now Kawaki finally has a glimpse, whether it's hope, whether it's reality, it doesn't matter, a glimpse of, okay, I can change something. I can make changes, especially being, dawned upon like, damn, this nigga Boruto's out my league. Now we got these 10-tailed soldiers walking around, out my league. Code was already out my league. So Kawaki had a whole lot of internal struggle going on. And in the midst of all of these futures, right, Kashin Koji has seen Boruto dies to Jura, Kawaki dies later on, or in the slim future where everyone is saved, quote unquote everyone, maybe possibly Boruto or Kawaki dies somewhere in that future, but still Jura's defeated, Sasuke is saved. Kawaki never got his limiters removed this early. So things aren't going according to plan. It's always been a limited Kawaki up to a certain point. Mind you guys, you got to remember, Kashin Koji originally saw a future where Boruto died at 19/20 years old. Boruto right now is 15 and a half going on 16. So not only did he learn things 4 to 5 years earlier and he mastered all it, well, not mastered, but he's starting to master all of these jutsus that a young 20-year-old Boruto already learned. But we have to understand a young 20-year-old Boruto dies by Jura's hands, right? So they're speeding up the timeline in a crazy way. So in Kashin Koji's eyes, nigga, we had 5 years at the very least of like, yeah, we good. Niggas could still go on vacation, you know what I'm saying, go on your honeymoon, plan a wedding, shit, 3 years from now, plan a graduation, go ahead, my nigga. But 5 years, soon as that nigga Boruto 19, 20, we gotta start thinking like, yeah, this might be the last year of the earth, you feel me? But everything has been sped up to the point where Boruto is having all of these close calls with Jura 4 years too early, my nigga. Like Kashin Koji, like from Kashin Koji's perspective, this has to be like something like, we're still living, yes, but the definition of a tightrope is literally this, because it's like, bro, what the hell is this guy doing? Like, this isn't supposed to happen for another 3 years, or something like this isn't supposed to happen for another 4 years, you know? So all of these things are occurring, and Kashin Koji is trying to ensure, no, let's stay on this tightrope. Let's stay on the rope where Boruto took 6 years to master these jutsus before he ever came across dying to Jura or struggling against Jura. Let's stay on that line where we don't come across these Shinjus as often and build up our strength and build up our, possible intel and knowledge on these creatures so we can defeat them. So I understand Kashin Koji's approach. And no, I don't think it's a plot hole. And no, I don't think he should have saw what was anticipated to come, right? Because in all of those futures, as I said previously, Kawaki wasn't this strong. But not only was Kawaki not this strong, Kawaki and Boruto are always at heads, right? And especially with the end, and I said this before, I'm going to say it again, with the end of their relationship, the estranged relationship at the end of part 1, it was pretty evident, especially for niggas like me, Kawaki gotta go. This nigga gotta go in the dirt, bro. And Kashin Koji came to the same conclusion. Yeah, can't do it because Boruto is willing to do this, that, and the third to sacrifice and save the world. Kawaki, inevitably, he has good intentions, but he's fucking everything up. So he has to go. And in most futures, Boruto is the one who ultimately is focused on defeating Jura despite dying by him by many times. But in the future where everything is saved, Boruto defeats Jura. And in that future has to be ensured by Kashin Koji, and possibly, whether we know it or not, I don't know, maybe the signs are there. In that future where Jura is defeated and Sasuke is saved, maybe that Boruto had to go and was forced upon killing Kawaki. Maybe Kawaki forced his hand. Maybe it was the middle of a final clash and Kawaki ended up dying in that battle. And that's the future that Kashin Koji was actually truly aiming for. So Kawaki being implemented into the puzzle this early, especially being this important of a piece, this nigga shoved a rod through Jorah's eye. His Rinnegan is gone. Kashin Koji ain't foresee that, right? And it's not like he could have just seen it being a possible future, because Boruto, as a singularity himself, altered the future with giving Kawaki knowledge of things that his future self would do. Now, what did Kashin Koji say when he explained to Boruto? Boruto, first thing he said, well, if we know the good futures, why not tell as many people about them as possible? What did Kashin Koji say? If many people know, it's going to change regardless, because they're not going to act accordingly to how they would have. Now, is Kawaki acting accordingly to how he would have had he not had his limiters removed? No, because he wouldn't have pulled up to a battlefield. He wouldn't have got the hit off on Jura. Hell, even if he would have pulled up to the battlefield, Jura would have killed him in 2 hits. Damn near like he almost did back in the Hidden Leaf Village. So Kawaki's actions already derived from every possible future that Koji saw, because of a singularity implications with Boruto telling him, bro, your limiters Amato has like he's fucking with your powers, right? So Boruto definitely, as Kashin Koji said, made a cunning move, right? He gambled because now we're all thinking, well, what's the plot hole? How is it going to be the kicker? Why is Boruto so anxious to die? Well, it turns out Boruto himself understood, okay, this is how Koji's abilities work. I've been with him the last 2 years. I've seen him get updates, and I know they don't come every day. So if I even decide to, escape from the hidden leaf and take my time leaving and just somehow stop by and have a conversation with Kawaki, Koji wouldn't be able to notice that, and he wouldn't have been able to, seen that in any future, right? So it all makes sense because Boruto as a singularity can derive, he can alter the timeline because these are things that are unforeseen by Koji. They already know the future, so they have the power to change the future. If someone tells you, hey, in 5 minutes, an ice cream truck is about to drive down the road and $4,000 is going to fly out the back of it, right? What are you going to do? I'm gonna stand at that street for the next 5 minutes. Now, if nobody told you that, what are you gonna? You're gonna keep on walking down the street. That is what I'm talking about, right? So having that knowledge can either make or break you as like, hey, I got $5,000 today, or nah, I'm just another day walking down the street. So similar in that regard. Boruto definitely did create a new timeline, and things are shaking up. So my whole question is, in this new update Koji got, one, is saving Sasuke still the best course of action to take? Is there still the 1% chance that Jura is defeated by Boruto's hands? Or have things changed up in such a drastic way? Does Kawaki been implemented and cemented as the big bad? Does there a future where Koji sees like, yeah, Jura ain't the problem no more? It's Kawaki. And y'all know who else after Kawaki? Akebi Otsutsuki. Right? Hey, I don't know because the future has changed. So he did change it. Right? But I feel like we're focusing on the wrong things and paying attention to the wrong pinpoint. So I hope this video kind of help you guys better understand that. And also in terms of the dynamic between the two, Koji and Boruto, I ain't gonna lie, Koji did say Boruto that was cunning, so that's kind of a compliment, but also he was taken by surprise and it's obviously something that he didn't understand. Now, unless Koji saw something very valuable in this new update, meaning that, damn, this actually might work out, I don't believe he's going to be too happy with Boruto unless he's seen something that's valuable within this new update. Maybe he sees an update and it's like, well, shit, we're going to be able to defeat Jura 3 years earlier than planned because of this. Now, I was scared, but hey, it might work out, right? So we still have to see how it goes down. And all of this obviously is being talked to in regards of like disregarding the outcome of the battle between Boruto and Kawaki versus Jura right now. Because we understand, chapter 24 about to pop up. This shit, it's getting crazy. It's already crazy. You feel me? But it's your boy Black Chat out there. Let me know how y'all feel about Boruto changing the future timeline, Kashin Koji's update, the possibilities of these futures, and what's going down potentially in chapter 24. Until my next video, holla at your boy. Enjoy your summer. Happy 4th, because I'm recording this on the day of the 4th. And until my next video, I'm gonna holla at y'all. Black Shit out, yes sir.